First and foremost, being here today on Roberto Clemente Day, what does that mean to you personally?
Yeah, as a baseball player, but also as a Pittsburgh Pirate, we have a responsibility, I believe, to carry on his legacy. He made the game better for everybody across the league. And then obviously getting drafted here, seeing the impact that he has still to this day. You can see it in the stadium. You can see it walking around Pittsburgh. He's got a bridge named after him. There's a reason for that. And so we have a responsibility to carry on his legacy. He has a day dedicated to him, and we're out here doing community service, and that's great. But I think it's just the start. And, hopefully it inspires the guys on the team, but also people in the community to go out there and do some good, because this is a small thing, but hopefully it's the start of something greater.
Yeah, and you personally are taking the time out of your day to be a part of this and giving back by helping box up the food for those who need it. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean it's hopefully it makes them feel better than it makes me feel. This is a responsibility that we have. We're stewards of the game. Major League Baseball players. It's a crazy platform that we have to do good. It's like I said, we have a responsibility to use our platform for good. So it's great to be out here. It's one day. We're honoring the legacy of Roberto, and we're doing good in some people's lives. But there's more work to be done.
What was it like meeting Clemente's family?
It's great. They're around a fair amount. Saw them earlier in the year. Seeing them today. So it's cool that they still have a presence here, that they want to be involved in in the organization, in the Pirates. It shows everybody that this is bigger than all of us. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's not one player. Roberto was he was won World Series and did all that, and did a lot of good in the community and in the world. So it's bigger than all of us, and we have a responsibility to carry that on.
Does that kind of resonate with you? Like, you want to be someone who makes as big of a difference in the community as Roberto did too?
Yeah, we'll see if that's possible. I don't know if that's possible, but like I said, we have a platform. And so no matter how big or how small, we have a responsibility to make a difference.
Well, when do you remember first hearing him? I mean, about his arm, some of the things he did on the field, but about some of the things he did in the community. What was your reaction when hearing some of that when you first did?
Yeah, I mean, I was a baseball nerd growing up. I read all these books about baseball history and all that, and I heard about I don't remember where it was, but he makes the throw from the right field foul pole all the way to home, and all that. Hearing about that kind of stuff and watching it's pretty cool. Obviously 3,000 hits, but then when I got drafted, going to the Clemente Museum, and since I've been in Pittsburgh, I've learned so much more about him, besides kind of just the stuff that the public knows. So I mean, it's cool. It's an honor to be associated with him. On a much smaller level. It's an honor to wear the jersey that he wore, and like I said, it's a responsibility that we have to carry on his legacy, because this is greater than all of us.
Paul, the Clemente Award, is that something? I mean, we talk about you for Rookie of the Year and Cy Young and all this stuff. Like, does that hold a pretty special place to you too? As far as like career accomplishments, maybe something that might mean something to you someday.
Yeah, I think outside of winning a World Series, that would probably be the coolest accolade that I could win. That's probably the most meaningful thing that I could win. It's because it's not just a baseball thing. It's I obviously play baseball. I play for the Pirates, but I'm not Paul Skenes the Pirate. I'm Paul Skenes the man who also plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's kind of the way I see it for myself. And so to be honored in that way, just to be nominated for the award is a tremendous honor. To win the award would be unbelievable. I think it would be greater than any other, baseball award that there is, just because it's not about the baseball player, it's about the human.
basketball, does it make it even more special being able to share this with teammates as well? You know, being able to have Henry down here, Jared, just being able to kind of do it as a group and not just, you know, a solo type thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're a team, and I think guys understand the weight of this day, the impact of this day, the impact of Roberto. I think, you know, if it's mandatory or not, I think guys have to be here just because they realize how powerful it is, and they realize that this is greater than all of us, and you know, this is an important thing to do, just, you know, for ourselves, but more so for the community, and you know, paying respects to, you know, the great one. He has that name for a reason, so it's great to be out here with them.
In the community, it's specifically focused on helping is the veteran community. So do you have any message for veterans out there or military families?
Yeah, we can never do enough. The sacrifices that veterans and first responders make over the course of their, you know, career, but then after they're done, after they retire, after they, you know, leave the service, whatever it is, it's greater than anything we can pay them back for. So there's never enough that we can do. It's, you know, something that there are a lot of, obviously, charities and veterans groups out there trying to make it better, trying to help. But the sacrifices that, I mean, they're raising their right hand and you know, swearing an oath to die for their country if they need to. That's something that is just unbelievably weighty that you can't understand unless you do it. I think so. We can never do enough for them.